Okay, good Tavach, everyone. As we continue with the Mishna Yomis after two very long blot in Bava Metzia, we learn in the final parak of Sotah, the ninth parak, Mishnah Beis and Mishnah Gimel, as we are sponsored Le'ilui Nishmas, Avraham Yeshaya ben Shmaya Yosef, L'Refu Shalem for Yomis ben Chayesar, for the schus of Avraham Yam ben Ish ben Malkiudis and family, by the Fisher family, Le'nishmas Basi Bas Rabbat Shalom ben Avram Alevi, Perel Bas Ruvain, then Neshama should have an Aliyah. We also are sponsored by Yol Klugman and family, and L'Refu Shalem for Meir ben Chayesar. We are looking for a sponsor for Masechtas Gittin, and 718-916-3100, RMMWSI at AOL.com, and for the share this week, which either will be on Bamidbar or on Rus or on Shavuos. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Stay tuned for that. So in the second Mishnah, in the ninth parak of Sotah, it says that when do we bring a Egla Rufa for finding an unsolved homicide? The pasuk says if you find it al ha'adama, ba'adama, on the ground. Therefore, nimtza tamen bagal, if you find it buried in a heap of rock, oy tolui be'ilan, or suspended on a tree, oy tzaf al pnei hamayim, or floating upon the water, lo yoya orphan, they wouldn't break the neck. Why? Shenemar, the pasuk specifies ba'adama, on the ground, v'loy tamen bagal, not if it's in a heap of rock. Neufel, it has to be fallen down, v'loy tali be'ilan, not suspended from a tree. It has to be basada in the field, v'loy tzaf al pnei hamayim, not floating upon the water. Now, nimsa samach lasfar, if you found it next to the border, so it's not near any Jewish cities, or the city that it's immediate near to is a city, the majority of a goyim, we do not break its neck. Now it says a third case, but this case is different. If it's the city right nearby is a city that doesn't have a court of 23, that doesn't have a small circuit Supreme Court that can judge capital cases, so therefore it doesn't fit the pasuk, because it says in the pasuk that you have to bring it v'lokhu ziknei ha'ir, and ziknei ha'ir means that the place has to have a small circuit court. If it doesn't, so then in that case it's lo yoya open, they wouldn't break the neck in that city, but rather they would measure to the next closest city that has a Supreme Court, because because they only measure from a city that has a court of 23. Now what happens, says the Mishnah, if it's found exactly in between two cities? Nimtza mechuven, if it was precisely bein shtei ayoros, in between two cities, it's a tie between two cities, then shtei and mevias shtei agolis. Each city brings its own heifer, divrei Rebbe Eliezer. The Rabbanan argue in Rebbe Eliezer, they say, it can't be a perfect tie. It has to be closer to one city. We don't know which one, so they bring one heifer and they stipulate whichever one is the closer one. And finally, the Mishnah says, "Ein Yerushalayim mevia egla rufa." Yerushalayim, if there is a corpse le'aleinu found, an unsolved homicide is found in Yerushalayim, they don't bring an egla rufa, because the pasuk says, "Ba'adama asher Hashem alikecha noisen l'chol nakal l'rishta," land that Hashem gave you to possess, and Yerushalayim was not nischalkel l'shvatim, it was not divided, and therefore it would not bring an egla rufa. Now, Mishnah Gimel takes a break from discussing about Egla Rufa and discusses the din of a mace mitzvah is kaina mekaimai. That's halacha, that if we find a dead person, a John Doe, and there's no family, it acquires the place where it is to be buried. Here the question is, if a person was le'aleinu decapitated, and you found the head in one place and the body in another place, do you bury it by the head or you bury it by the body? So nimtza roishay b'makom echad v'gufay b'makom acher. If you find the head in one place and the body in another place, so Rabbi Eliezer says, "Moilichin haroish eitzel haguf." We bring the head to the body because it's possible that the head was chopped off and the head flew away from the body. So we bring the head towards the body. Divrei Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Kiva, which the halacha is, says the other way around. We assume that the person was running, his head got chopped off, it fell in its place, and the body went with its inertia forward. So we bring the body to the head. Rabbi Kiva Aimer, Haguf Eitzel Araish. We bring the body to the head, which is the halacha. I want to thank all of you wonderful Talmidim for joining us for this wonderful evening of Torah. We should be Zaycha for many, many, many years to do it with Gesund, and have a good evening.